meet you. I really wanted to, have you come on the show and tell your story and stuff like that.
Hey, it's nice to be here, man. I thank you for reaching out to me and giving me the opportunity.
Yeah, so what made you become a martial artist? Like what was the influence behind that?
My dad. My dad is the founder and creator of our style, Red Dragon Karate. My dad was my hero, and I wanted to be around him, so I went to the studio and started learning martial arts.
That and I hate that you guys get excluded out of everything because y'all pretty much as important as the Shakur side of the family as well. I just hate that they don't put y'all like in the movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm just glad people, like it and I enjoy the history and
1804 Show, Chapter 2. I'm your host, Dollar Will, and this is episode 718. So tonight I got a special guest coming onto the platform, coming onto the show. He's blowing up on YouTube, TikTok. It's go by the name of AI Bible Sagas. So I'm gonna bring him in here so he can tell us about himself.
What's
Gil,
going on?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? There you
Yeah.
go. There you go.
So what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Man, I'm great, man. I was anticipating this all week. But yeah,
Appreciate it.
by the way, man, I just wanted to say, man, I'm really like a big fan. I respect what you're doing, and anything that involves truth, the people need to hear it, and I'm 100% behind you with that.
I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Um, First thing first, how about you just introduce yourself to us and tell us where you're from and whatever you want to talk.
Okay. Is there is no echo on my end, is it?
No.
Okay, cool, cool. Um, Stop that. There. Well, my name is Jason Talley. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Um, I've been doing the AI Bible sagas for like a year now, actually. I
Okay.
started like exactly probably around a year ago, like around this time, like this year, last year. And I know, like I was raised in the church. I was raised in the church pretty much, and this is like a lot of the information that was pretty much a part of my foundation that was inside of me all of this, all these years. Like it's something I was looking yeah, like pretty much last year I wouldn't like this time last year I went like I just isolated myself and I just wanted to just find something that I can like just do to be productive and stuff like that. And I just had to isolate myself from all my friends and stuff like that. I stopped, hanging out and stuff like that. Like I locked myself up for like a good 2 months, and then like AI Bible Sagas was the result, pretty much. Um, like when I first started, like the first video was Genesis 1 and 1, the creation story. Pretty much I was like still learning how to do it within those first videos.
Hmm.
So like pretty much I was just more so like building a plane as I was flying it. Um, After that video, I was like, you know what? I think I should keep going. Like, because at first it was just a proof of concept, that's just for me to learn and teach myself. But after that, I'm like, I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna keep, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna see where it takes me, and pretty much it's been a interesting journey so far.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Because like what had caught my attention about it was, how we came up. What color was God? What color was everybody else? So
Yeah,
it was just like very revolutionary for you to just take that risk and telling the truth and just showing who people truly were
right,
back in them
right,
days.
right.
And have you ever caught any flack from that yet, or
Oh yeah,
everybody been rocking with it? Okay.
most so like when I first started, like I said, the first videos, the creation story. So you don't really see a lot of people for real. But like once you start moving along through Genesis and you see Adam and Eve, and then you see Cain and Abel, it's like, and I start getting the comments. Why are they black? Why is everybody black? What's going on? Is this the racist Bible? So like it's so funny. I'm like, but nobody ever said that before. When you see the other, like you see the other stories and you see the color that the people are in the other shows and cartoons or whatever it is, like nobody ever had an issue with it before. But now when you see it this way, presented in a completely new medium that you haven't seen it before, now it's an issue because it's like, oh, why we didn't come up with that first, more so. So when I first started, it was more so like I got a lot of flack when I first started. But now like I don't even see those type of comments because it's like I think the supporters outweigh those type of people that leave comments anyway. So
Oh yeah. And and it's just like very like easy to follow because usually
yeah,
when people preach or trying to convey the message of the Bible and stuff, like it's not really elevated, and it's just for one, the color just really don't resonate or never really resonated
right,
with
right,
black people. I just think that it was just like a systematic thing, but
right.
also it's just now you really beginning to see the depiction
Mm,
as what it is,
right.
and it just makes you fall in love with it again.
Most definitely. And
So,
then like one thing I always say is like looking at these stories with the people, like with when looking at these stories with the people, the color that the people they are, right? Like
mhm.
they with black people, I'm like these stories hit different. Like seeing black people, like the actions that was taking place, I'm like a lot of stuff make a little bit more sense. Like you have like there's so many like nuances and elements that you have. You got tribes, you have certain things that took place that's not really known for other cultures. It's like mostly known for African cultures and stuff like that. But it's like it just clicks better. It's like it, and I think that's another reason why people is drawn to it because I've seen comments where people come to the channel, they probably clicked on it because they thought the thumbnail was interesting or whatever, like the Genesis movie or something like that. And somebody was like, I just was gonna watch a couple of minutes of it and end up watching the whole thing because it just sucks you in, So
Oh yeah, I fall asleep to it, man, most of the time, like because it's just really like you just really feel like you're there, like you really
yeah,
feel that you finally at peace with just the whole stuff because usually people make it seem like the beginning is just really such a bad thing, but just the way that you construct it, it just
yeah,
really brings everything into the forefront and just how things is playing out now because we're really not um I would say like as far as like this era, I just think that in this era like it's just history repeating itself every
yeah,
day. So
most
it's
definitely.
just the way that you narrated and just like with the Israelites and stuff like that,
Uh-huh.
just how they was just at first they was just like very like what you doing here, you brought trouble to us and stuff like that, and then
Yeah,
after they got delivered from bondage and stuff, it was just like, okay, I can't make you people happy. And
Right.
it just completely makes sense
Yeah.
because that's how our people is.
Yeah, most
So,
definitely. So like it just hits completely different because it's like I know people like that personally. So it's like
yes.
it just hits different, bro. You know, so it's like even right now with me editing the Numbers movie right now,
Yeah.
and I'm just looking, I'm like, bro, I don't see how Moses did it, bro. Like like because I mean like it cracks me up because it is a part where Moses prayed to God where he's like, why did you put me in charge of these people? These people are not my children. Like, if this is what you're gonna have me doing, just kill me. Like, just take my miserable life now. Like, and I get it. Just reading it, I'm like, these people is crazy, bro. Like, uh, but yeah, bro. Like, it hits completely different, bro. Like, I love it. Like, I love it. I love the but like when I first started, I knew it was gonna be like cause certain
Mhm.
controversies, and I think the main thing is like when you first see what God looks like in the videos, right? Like that bothered a lot of people. Like
Oh
that
yeah.
bothered that bothered a lot of people. So like a lot of people don't know like behind the scenes like um God has went through like like before I put out the final version of the videos he looked different. So
Hmm.
at first I was just going to have him like more so like a universal look, like more so like a Silver Surfer look, right?
Yeah.
So like I played it for my brother. I played it for a couple of my friends. He's like, God looked like the Silver Surfer from Fantastic Four, and so I was like, all right, I'm gonna change it, you know. So
Yeah.
then I went and I changed him. Like I changed him to a black man with a bald head. My brother's like, I think you should give him hair. So I gave him hair, and you know that's what you see now. So like, and it works for me. And with the even with the white eyes, like I'm a real big fan of like Marvel movies and stuff like that. So like I just wanted like when you see God pop up in any story, like you know, like oh, it's something different about him. Like he looks powerful. You know,
Hmm.
that's the look I was going for. And I know like some people did not like that when I first started doing these videos, bro. Like I did not like it at all.
Yeah, but you really like followed the description just because God really described himself in many verses of the Bible if people
Right,
really actually
right,
read it for themselves and stuff like that.
right.
But I just think that like as far as the whole concept of it is really brilliant. I mean, it's just like a story that's being told repeatedly, but just the way that you do it, it's very angelic and just really, put as far as our people like, because you know what I'm saying. It's just that we would just always like showed like, for example, how Superman was white, Tarzan white,
Right,
Barbie white, everybody, what I'm saying, was white
right,
practically our whole entire existence. And then you come to find out that those people that they have depicted as white, what I'm saying, was literally black. So it's just always been like a question like, who was the color of the original Hebrews, or
mhm,
what color was Jesus,
right,
or what color was these type of people. But I just think that now it's just that, all of us just waking up and we're in the land of information. So it's
yeah,
your choice to be naive
yeah, most
at this point
definitely,
because it's just so much out there. And just by me reading, just picking up on like the Book of Enoch and the Maccabees and stuff,
yeah,
I learned why it was like that,
yep,
and I was just really blown away.
yeah,
And I just feel that we just need to like appreciate who we are because
yeah.
it's just our bloodline is just undefeated because
Yeah.
it's just
It
oh, go ahead.
no, I was going to say it brings the Bible. It brings the Bible. It makes the Bible come alive, right? Where
Yeah,
it goes from more than just like oh, this spiritual books, and now it's like oh, this is also our history too. You know,
yeah,
so it's like it hits different, bro, altogether. Yeah.
no doubt. And I want to ask you, so people been saying that America is the Holy Land.
Mm. I've
And I wanted
heard
to,
that.
and I wanted to ask you how you felt about that because it's just a whole lot of videos just depicting that America is Egypt and stuff like
Mm.
that. So do you believe that, or do you go by the original script? Like,
You know, for a lot of things, I'm a very
mhm,
open-minded person. You know, um, like I said, I was raised in the church, and like the Bible, like I have all of the Bible, teachings and stuff like that. That's my core foundation.
okay,
But um, as I, like because I'm open-minded, I'm always open to hear other people's like, beliefs and stuff like that. I've heard the theory of America being, the chose like Egypt and stuff like
hmm
that. And I've seen somebody break it down. I'm like, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because like um, they said there's Egyptian writings at the bottom of the Grand Canyon and stuff like that,
hmm
and there's like when you dig up, like you find these things. So like it could be either that or because or one of the other theories that the children of Israel moved here like in a whole as a whole. Like I'm more so open. Like I don't discredit, like because I wasn't there, so I can like I could say I firmly believe it, but I'm like,
right,
it's not beyond possibility for me. That's how I feel.
yeah, and it's just from just the stuff that I study because I'm also a historian too, so I really
Mm-hmm.
be dabbling in different things to talk about just with my content and just really with my family tree and stuff. Like we've been here for hundreds and hundreds of years,
Right.
and it's just that story and just with a little bit of everything that we was taught in school, man. It just was very indoctrinating.
Yes.
Just just how
Yeah.
we became like second class citizens when
Yeah.
we always been here.
Right. Right.
and
Everybody
I
is not ready for that conversation though. Like
no.
it's funny to me. It's everybody they like what? That's not what they said in school. I'm like, okay, all right, that's cool. I understand. But I like I said, I'm an open-minded guy, bro. Like I listen to flat earth theories and stuff like that and everything. Like just because like how certain things are described in the Bible, I'm like, it wouldn't be too far, like it could be a possibility, bro. Like somebody point out the idea the fact that when you zoom, like any map that you zoom out of, when you start zooming further and further out, it becomes 3D. It's not like a real image. So I'm like, hey, bro, like it could be.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, I'm not going to shoot it down. Like it could be. It is what
Yeah,
it is.
of course, man. And just while you was like working on the Exodus one, it really made me resonate with Moses a whole lot too, because
Mm,
Moses had to really face who he truly was. Because
yeah,
I bet just one day you chilling like in because people don't really understand just how Egypt truly was back in those days, and just how you put it out there and stuff, and just the the beautiful structure,
yeah,
the beautiful agriculture, and the architecture and stuff like that. Like that's just like
right.
being born into like Baldwin Hills or the Hamptons and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And then you
Yeah,
come to find
Egypt was
out,
very nice.
yeah.
It wasn't, like no bad place. It was nice. That's why they was in the desert talking about we need to go back. Like that's why they was complaining like, man, we'll go back and be slaves like before we die out here. I get it. Like I mean, because you got to think like years, when you get down to like Joseph is the reason why they ended up there because he was, running Egypt. He bring his family there. They get a portion of the land where they didn't have to pay for nothing. So, like, I guess after they start having kids and multiplying. It's like, the Egyptians at the time, they like, okay, we're going to become a minority here. Like it sounds familiar like today, right? Where
Yeah.
they scared of becoming minorities. So they pretty much, wanted to like put their hand down firmer on them to let them know who was in charge. And more so, I believe they ended up in that predicament because they were there for so many years, living there for free. So more so like, it's okay, this is your certitude tax debt to the land that you live in to like, like work it off, but now, but like when you get that king that comes in and he's like, bro, like they having too many babies. Like we need to do something about this, so,
Mhm.
but yeah, bro, like, uh,
Yeah. Yeah. That the Joseph story is so deep because it just teaches you, man, how your own family would cross you like that. Like I'll be kind of like side eyeing my own siblings, like you know what I'm saying? Because it just tells you just everything, like with when you're like pretty much like the black sheep of the
yeah,
family, but usually the black sheep is chosen to
yeah,
deliver this bigger purpose.
yeah,
And I know just from just my dynamic and everything like that, I'm practically the only one in my family that started a business, and I don't get support. You know what I'm saying? Because they really don't understand it. They really don't see my vision. But I just really be so passionate about my show and my platform and stuff and the things I was able to do. Now they see that wow, he's really serious about it, but I was
mm,
serious when I was telling you about it. So I mean, which I thought I was going to just be in the face or something like
yeah,
that, but I really resonate with that story too, because just how he was not bitter from going through all of that, being locked up for um sex allegation and
yeah,
stuff like that, and
yeah,
but still was kept his essence and was in second in command.
yeah.
And to me, I feel that us as men and stuff like that, like it's just really hard for us to just forgive and just really just stay
Yeah.
true to ourselves like that, because stuff like that changes you, especially when
It most
you as a
definitely
person.
do. It
Yeah.
most definitely do. Yeah. Like even with like with like you said with Joseph, like when you watching the story and reading the story, you see that he deals with it a little bit
Mhm.
too. When he first realized that his brothers is there. Like he was ready to put them through the ringer. Like he's more so like give me my little brother Joshua. He could come chill with me. The rest of y'all like like I could see like you could see that he, like because he put him in jail. He put him in jail. Like I'm gonna send one of y'all go get your younger brother and get your father and bring him here. Like he was ready like to really like put him through the ringer. But like it like it got to him like and the forgiveness like he ended up forgiving them and that's forgiveness it takes so much strength, bro. It takes so
Oh,
much strength,
oh hell yeah.
especially family, like especially when like it's like these your first like this is like the people that you grow up with and stuff like that. Like it takes strength, like especially his type of forgiveness that he had to display, like most definitely took strength, bro.
Oh man. Uh, whew. I'm still working on that. Yeah, I'm still working on mine. So how many years from when he first got like kidnapped until he was able to see them again? Because that's the part of it that confused me. So
Yeah.
what was the time
Um.
gap between that?
Oh, I have it in the video. I want to say it was a good 22 years. So I want to say like from the time because like you got to think he gets sold into slavery, right?
Right.
So there's at least like there's 7 years of famine. So
Hmm.
like you got to knock off the 7 years off rip. No, you got to knock off the 7 years off rip of when everything was good. And then you get into the famine. So like I want to say it was probably somewhere around 22 years before from the time he getting sold to the time where they come to buy food. So like within that 22 years, he's working for Potiphar. He's thrown in jail. He's, raised and made into the prime minister of Egypt and stuff like that. So if I'm not mistaken, I think it's 22 years that I had calculated.
Wow. So from a young boy to
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't think I could do that because it just would be kind of like, I would be really vengeful. I would at least like go off on them like, man, you punks, you cowards, man, you
yeah,
haters, But yeah, that's real, man.
yeah.
But it's just so real because
Yeah,
it happens every
it
day now. Like,
does.
there's anybody who just try to rebuke the Bible, man. I just tell them like, man, good luck with that. it's the recycled stuff. But yeah, just with the series, man. You doing your thing, and I put a whole lot of people on that because,
Appreciate it, bro.
and no problem, man. Just because we need more truth out there than the toxic, um, low vibrational stuff, man. Like,
Yeah,
that's just like being pushed to the forefront because they want us to become a certain way, and it's just really important for us to um block all that stuff out and just to be obedient and stuff because I know that things get trendy and stuff like that, and we can lose sight and be distracted behind that. But at the end of the day, it's just, we got to make sure that we do for God and use our gifts for
yeah,
Him, and I do that every day. And you preaching, man, you giving us the word, you know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
you are doing it in your own interpretation, but it's just really spiritual. Like, it really captures the listener and the
yeah,
viewer and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. It's just more so like the medium that I'm using, bro.
Hmm.
Like it's like I said, it's more so like I use different translations of the Bible more so
Yeah.
where I know people can follow it. Like, I mean, I could have used the King James. Like, the King James is cool. Um, but like I've gotten like I got flack from people for not using the King James in my videos. But in my belief, I don't believe that if you was to rewind time into the Bible days that like if we was all speaking the same language, none of us would sound like Shakespeare.
No.
Like, and that's just the bottom line. And that's reading the King James is like, you understand it, but it's not as easy to follow as the contemporary English version or the voice and stuff like that. So like I like to read like those contemporary versions of the Bible that's easy to follow, or some people call them study Bibles because they are easy to follow. And I use those translations to like interpret in my videos pretty much. So that's why it's so easy to follow. It's like more so like you getting the translation, you're getting the visuals. It's a whole combination of everything. Like, like that was my goal for everything to like hit you all at once. You got the translation, you got the visuals, you got the music, you got everything. So it's just all come together and make a polished finished product.
Oh, no doubt. And I wanted to ask you, so what's the difference between religion and spirituality, like from your standpoint, from your point of view?
From my standpoint, I think is is different from the aspect where religion is more so a lot could is a lot of taught. It could be rituals, it could be just certain things that's passed along.
Hmm.
Where spirituality is more so, it's just being in tune, with oneself, or with God from a different aspect, right? But just because somebody is spiritual don't means that they're in tune with God, right? Because like, so there's a lot of people that claim to be spiritual, but it's more so like, what spirit are you in tune with? You know, and there's a lot of there's a lot of religious people that think they on the right page and they not. So it's like you got to find that perfect medium. Like for me personally, I just think the right thing is just to have a relationship with God for yourself, and more so into like, be in tune with what His Word says. And if you are able to do that, then you will be good. But like I said, just because a person say that they spiritual or a person say that they religious, it don't means that they're right.
Yo, and I love that you said that because everybody just think that demons in the ground, but they're not.
Right. Right.
And they're not monsters. They're not ugly, disfigured, or deformed, or anything like that. They
Yeah.
could come to you in the most handsome, most beautiful
Yeah.
image, and you will not even know until you be
Right.
around them. But I just learned so much just over the years, just with my life and stuff like that, that I just really able to read people's energies and be able to
Yeah.
do like
It's about discernment. Yeah.
discernment. And it's just the more they talk about themselves rather than engagement with you, that lets me know like I need to get away from this person. This person is energy vampire and stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah.
for my
Most definitely.
soul, you know what I'm saying? And it's
Yep.
crazy. It is really crazy just how the masses is being put in this particular bubble, or this they want popularity instead of greatness, and I'm chasing for greatness just with being me
Yeah.
and recognizing that you ain't gonna make everybody happy.
Mm.
Everybody isn't going to like you, but it's
Yeah.
okay because
Yeah.
authenticity can be bought.
Yeah.
And just with you being a content creator and stuff like that, what was like the moment that you just felt like, okay, this is it. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to stick with, regardless of what happens at the end
Yeah.
of the day.
Yeah. So, when I did my first video, the Genesis 1 and 1, the creation video,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna stick with this and just see if it takes off.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, I'm like, I'm still at the beginning of the Bible. I'm literally still in the beginning of the Bible, but like Genesis has so much in it, right? So I'm like, I'm just gonna keep going, and I'm like, it'll probably take off around the time we get to Judges, when we talking about David, or like maybe it'll spike at Sodom and Gomorrah or something like that. So I make that decision. I make a couple Adam and Eve videos, and then like Cain and Abel took off like and went viral on TikTok, and I
Yeah.
think I forget, like it's sitting at 1 million point something right now on TikTok, and like it just started going crazy, and it just was growth from there, and I just knew I couldn't stop at that point, bro. Like, like because at the time, more so like I was catering to TikTok at the time, so like my videos at the time were, and it was easier to do with the Genesis videos because the Genesis have so many people, so many stories, so many characters, so I was able to like chop up stories and just be 3, 4, 5 minutes long and just release them that way. Where more so now I'm telling like a continuous story that goes on through like maybe 4 or 5 books with the children of Israel, um, where it's not that easy now. But with TikTok, like with the TikTok crowd that I um, gained from that, it's just more so like just reading the comments about how like people was talking about how it make their week and they was looking for it. And so it just pushed me just to keep going, and like I knew I wasn't going to stop regardless, because I feel like I was on to something at this point, and I'm like, I don't see at the time I didn't see anybody making those type of videos. Like there's people that's trying to copy now, but
Oh
at the
yeah,
time
copy. They gonna copy, bro. They
they
always
try
gonna
to copy.
copy.
They don't have the complete recipe yet.
No,
I watch some of them like, okay, they still missing some key elements, but they trying. But
man,
yeah,
copy is always the best compliment, man, and it's crazy because, um, like I said, I never really see anybody do it the way that you did it, and I just was like, man, I got to meet this person. This person is just phenomenal, and I know that, what I'm saying, like when you go further into it, man, I know your best stories definitely gonna be about Samson,
yeah,
of course, David,
yeah.
what I'm saying,
Those
Solomon,
I'm looking forward to those, man. I'm really looking
man.
forward to those. I'm looking forward to getting past this current story of the children of Israel, just because they keep doing the same things over and over again, and like getting cursed, and then have to ask God for forgiveness and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to passing this, but in the same token, it's exciting just to like be able to tell the story, in this way. So, but yeah, it's some stories I'm looking forward to, most definitely.
Yeah, me too, man. And I just wanted to ask you about, like, so if Adam and Eve never ate the fruit, and
Mm,
we all would have been like, probably would have not realized we was naked or anything like that. But I just think that, God practically knew that something was going to occur. I think that's why he isn't hard on us. I mean, he hold us accountable, don't get me wrong, but I don't think
mm-hmm.
he take it personal because he knew that it was going to be something that happened,
Yeah.
and because it's just human beings, man. They so quick to like off you or quick to smear your name after one mistake and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I just realized just from watching your videos and stuff like that, and how merciful that he
Hmm.
truly is,
Yeah, most
just by with
definitely.
just by with Cain. And despite him killing his own brother, he still gave him protection.
Yeah.
And, and to me, I felt like that was just the most heartwarming thing ever. Because people be so quick to crucify you, man,
True.
around here. And
True.
so I just try to, do the same thing as far as like, giving people opportunities to change and to
Yeah.
be able to, you outright their wrongs and stuff. And going back to what you said earlier, just with discernment, because I realized that it takes two for conflict,
Hmm.
and you could be up here with it, and this person could be down there with it,
Right.
and it's just really be tough because like you don't really want to let this person go, but you have to let certain people go in order to grow.
Yeah.
And do you have any advice for anybody who's suffering between that?
I mean, I've done like a little podcast series on that, and it's just more so like when it comes to like forgiveness and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's more so it all comes down to your heart thing, right? So like when you talk about forgiveness and dealing with other people, more so like you talking about like dealing with people that don't want to see you go further, or just don't want to grow, or clashing with people.
I mean, we could just talk about all three of those aspects
Okay.
real quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just more so it's different. You look at things differently when you think of it from the aspect of looking at that person, at how God sees that person, versus how they're treating you. Then it makes it slightly easier to like treat them how God tells you to treat them,
Hmm.
right? So it's more so when you're clashing with people, it's nothing wrong with like putting distance between yourself and people like that. If there's no resolution, then it is what it is. Like the Bible don't say to be a fool, like, but it's
Yeah.
more so your heart got to be postured in the right way where you're not holding nothing against that person. That's what I try to live by at all times. Like, because it's like you will be tested, most definitely. Like, these are commandments that like God gave us, and Jesus said that this is the most important commandment, to love God and love your neighbor. And you will be tested, like, in the worst ways sometimes, like from people that you wouldn't even expect it. But through those tests and through those trials and tests is more so like just overcoming and just thinking, just try to think, look at situations and think of them how God would think of it, and look at them more so. That's the type of mindset I try to keep when it comes to like clashing and forgiveness and stuff like that. That's what I got, bro.
Hey, that's what's up. Because I'm still working on just how I respond to things. Like I don't respond violently, but I'll shut down,
Yeah,
especially when I know when I'm being put in a position where my intelligence being insulted. So
right.
I just kind of just don't speak to nobody. I just kind of just move in my own way and just act like that you passed away. And I don't know why. It just comes with just um my experiences, and because I'm very genuine, man. I'm give people so many chances, and everybody don't have the same amount of chances, and
Right.
depends on how you treat me. Say you may have been on your last chance and you did something good, or you apologize, you did this. I'm like, okay, well, you get 7 more, or you get 10
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
But it's just certain things can't be repaired, and
Yeah.
it just comes a time where you got to make that decision for your mental health,
Yeah.
and don't allow yourself to be bitten again.
Yeah.
And just like we was going about the snake and stuff like that, that same snake ruined mankind. So a
Yeah.
snake is very dangerous.
Yeah.
Just with the whole subtlety. But yeah, it just really just from watching your videos, man, it just really just puts you in a place of abundance. It just gives you that, like, okay, well, I heard it like this, but I actually get it now. Like it gives you a
Yeah.
perspective now. And I just been really looking forward to it, and just really just knowing that, this is going to be very just also alarming, especially in these times that we're
Yeah.
living in. That
Yeah.
that's
Most definitely.
going that's pretty much going to be like the last thing on anybody's minds. Because nowadays everybody just want to have fun. People just want to, get that fame and fortune and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
you got to keep that spiritual right. Just like you got to get that body right, that
Yeah.
mind right, that all that stuff, man. But the spiritual thing is really just it's internal at the end of the
Yeah.
day, because everything else is just temporary, but the spiritual is eternal, it's forever. So, but yeah, just with Moses again, um, I always talk about like the burning bush story, and
Yeah.
just how he was confronting God and making up all these excuses,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, dog, like, what is wrong with you? You practically went up to the mountain. You knew what you was facing,
Yeah.
and I just really comes with that whole thing where it's just he was just talking about, well, I can't speak for myself, and I can't do this, and
Yeah,
you picked the wrong person.
like I said that he had a speech impediment. He kind of stuttered or whatever. So like God just like put down every like okay, we're gonna send your brother with you. He gonna speak for you. You know. So it's like every excuse, which from like it's funny, like when you minding your own business and you just living your life, it's more so like me, you want me to go back there? Like on top of being wanted for murder. Like
Right.
on top of being wanted for murder back there, it's like you want me to go back there and talk to the king, like and just try to boss him around, tell him to let your people go and stuff like that. But yeah,
Man, because I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't make any excuses knowing that God revealed Himself to me. I would be ready. I would be the total opposite of that. And but it's just the fact, like to me, after He acknowledged um, who He was, and
yeah,
because I'm pretty sure someone like told him, like, dog, like you was a baby floating on a Nile when
yeah,
crocodiles and all this other stuff could have
right,
killed you.
right,
I shield you.
yeah,
And this is the things that I mean.
yeah.
I mean, so funny, man. I was like, man, you ungrateful.
It's something to think about, most definitely, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think about that a lot. And just um, the sense of like everybody has a purpose, man, and but we really like I would say derail ourselves just by trying to live in the world and trying to please the world, and because to me I feel like you have to give something up in order to get to that standstill, and I've given up a lot, man. I have sacrificed a whole lot of my social life and friends, people who weren't acting right, and gave up a lot of old habits and
Yeah.
stuff like that in order for me to be able to finish this. And I don't know when it's gonna all be over, but I'm just willing to, to do it, man. And so, do you feel like that? Do you feel like that? Um, you really sacrificed.
Um, yeah, I mean, like when I first got into making these videos, I'm more so.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was more so like sacrificing my social life or whatever. But at the time, I'm like, it's not. I'm not really getting like nothing productive happening. So like I said earlier, I pretty much didn't go nowhere for like a good 2 months, and I've was trying to figure out like, dang, like I want to do something productive. I want to do something that will leave its mark. You know, and pretty much like I said, I got into doing these videos, and I'm like, I feel so fulfilled with like with every release that come out, like just seeing everybody response to it and how they receive it, like it's a fulfillment for me uh, personally. But at first it's more so like I just had to like really just isolate myself, like I said, just friends and everything, and I'm like, y'all will see, y'all see eventually. And now they do, like now they
Yeah.
like now they understand. So
And that's the best feeling in the world is to be able to create something, but you being positive, you're using your mind, and you just see the feedback, and it's great positive feedback, but you just become very content with, okay, I did this, and I can do more. I can do this, and I can create this thing. Or man, it's just such a wonderful thing, man, and
yeah,
it's just I get it,
yeah,
and it's just really cool because I've been doing like my top 10 favorite interviews of all time
hmm
because I have like 718 episodes, so I was just able to meet a whole lot of people, and I just go back and watch it, and it's just like Man, I remember that day very vividly.
Yeah,
Just what was going on and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah,
But
most definitely.
I just enjoy because you really, you know, put in a mark, not just on the world, but you put in a mark into your legacy.
Yeah,
And when you start speaking about legacy and how you want to be remembered, I know to certain people it seems weird, it seems crazy,
yeah,
but we are in charge of our legacy and what we do at this point. And
yeah.
and I'm happy to have met you, man. And I'm also from Saginaw, Michigan as well. Like so we
Oh,
in the same
really?
state. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah. So it's just really good, man, that we from the same state and we will have to link up one of these days.
For sure, bro.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you got to come back and go further down and give us a follow up, man. Because like I said, I am a big fan of yours, and I gonna be rooting for you, and just making sure give you prayer of protection. Because I know that more success come, more static comes. So
Yeah.
I pray that you
Yeah.
are able
Most
to.
definitely. I've encountered my fair share of static already. Um, like, I had somebody like stealing my YouTube videos and like posting them on their page as it was theirs already. This person had like 150,000 subscribers already, and I'm like, why you stealing my stuff, bro?
Wow, man, that,
So I
it,
had to, do what I had to do on the
it,
behind the scenes with the YouTube police and stuff like that, because they had stole so many of my videos. Like, they channel was like pretty much when I filed my claims, they stole so many of my videos. Like, pretty much, their channel was going to get taken down altogether. And like pretty much they sent me an email like please blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, cool. I just let them do what they do, but take my stuff down, bro. Like don't like like let me release my own stuff. Like don't like you stealing my stuff and you covering the logo with your own logo. Like that's like come on, like you being shady, bro. Like
yeah. Hey,
purposely being shady.
I'm the same way. Like I do the same thing. Hey, forget your channel. Like don't be taking my work and people don't realize how much like countless hours you do this.
Exactly.
Like they don't
And
understand.
that's my thing. I'm like, bro, like I work hard on my videos, like sometimes day and night, like just straight, like more so like not doing nothing, don't forget to eat type situation, like working hard, and I honed the craft so well, like I said at some point where pretty much I was able to get the videos out weekly every Sunday, where like with the things that go into making those videos, it could be tedious, it could be real tedious. That's why I enjoy doing like right now with the book of numbers. I'm just releasing that as a whole movie instead of doing it in parts because everybody on my YouTube page voted that they'll rather see it all at once instead of in parts. So I'm like, okay, this will be a new experience for me, just to take my time and just like really make sure I got it, a quality. I always try to, make sure everything is quality anyway, but like it just give me extra time to fine tune it. So like when it is released, it's going to be like, it's going to be perfect, like in my eyes. So, and I know for the followers that support me, they're gonna enjoy it, like especially knowing that they haven't seen none of it and they have a whole hour and 4 minutes of content to watch, so I'm excited, bro. But like you said, yeah, static does come, but we we roll with the punches, bro.
Oh, no
We do
doubt.
what we can.
So me too, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for that numbers and you gonna be doing more appearances or you just gonna be like in the cut or in the background?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it like honestly I'm putting together. I've been talking to my brother. Like we want to do a like a podcast where like pretty much for some segments in Genesis, we just pretty much talk about them and stuff like that. So like that's something that I plan on releasing on soon as well. Like while people wait for in between books while they're waiting. So like you have that type of content to watch as well. So
Yeah, and I'm just really relieved that that you're black, man, because I was just like, man, not another person that's, and I was just like, yeah, okay, because I think it was either the Leviticus that you finally came and was talking to us.
yeah.
I was like, okay, thank God.
That's why I'm like, I think it's time that I introduce myself, like, because I'm like, okay, I could do a faceless YouTube channel, but like, I see so many different comments. That's why I wanted to like just come by and just ensure people I'm not stopping because people like, like people like, oh my God, please, like, as soon as a week come and no video come, like, oh my God, please don't stop. Like, I'm not stopping. I'm still working. I'm still working. I'm still here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's up, bro. And like I said, I just, really happy that we had like cross paths,
Most
and
definitely.
you gonna have to really just come back more and stuff, and we gonna really do to make some noise, man, and
Yeah.
because it's just really like important, especially people in our age group that we do care about the traditional ways, but also just
Mm.
making sure that the new generation
Yeah.
is being taught because they are
Right.
practically eradicating these our history and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and I'm making sure that because I don't have no children, but I'm making sure that I teach my nieces these type of things, like because we
Yeah.
got to, because it's our job, because a lot of our elders, man, are passing on, and that's why with the knowledge, it's just really important that we keep it going,
Yeah.
because it's only fair.
Yeah. Most
But
definitely.
yeah, it was just good talking to you,
For sure,
and
bro. Thanks for
we go.
having me.
Man, no problem, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man. I was nervous again, but it's a good thing, man, because I'm humbled. You know what I'm saying? Just humbled because you really impacting lives, and just with what you're doing, I feel it,
Yeah.
and this was a pleasure.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no
Like I said,
problem.
I'm gonna come back. We're gonna chop it up somehow. Uh, like I said, I'm gonna be doing like some other things as well. Um, as far as like the content, um, like I want to, diversify the content a little bit more, like especially in those times when people are waiting for full books. Like I feel like there's some books of the Bible where I can do the parts, like the book of Judges. So I can probably start doing parts again where I can release weekly videos where there's, different stories of different people. But like anytime we're doing stuff like this where like I said, the children of Israel is from Exodus and then it get passed down to Joshua and stuff like that. So like I think it's just better off the way I'm doing it now, where like pretty much just release it all at once and each book at once. But there will be some, like I said, there will be some books where I'll probably go back to the weekly part segment and then release it all at once when it's done as well. So for sure,
Okay.
bro.
Man, I forgot about Joshua, and people forget about Joshua and how much of a warrior he truly was. Because the Battle of Jericho
Yeah,
is just really it's an underrated battle that
yeah,
they don't really put out into the forefront. So
yeah,
that's why I like really be enjoying these because you really teach a whole lot of things that's not the primary
Right.
in the
Yeah.
church.
And that was another thing that I wanted to like shoot for, like especially like because we have, and I think that's why I'm so excited to move on from this story because this story has been told. There's been movies made about it, so I'm like, okay, a lot of people know it. They probably don't know this portion, like the numbers portion of the story, because everybody, like everybody, like Prince of Egypt and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's those stories that a lot of people don't know that get me excited. Like, and when you like, I think my favorite arc so far has been Abraham's story. Like all 8 parts of Abraham's story. But like, I'm like that could have easily been a show on Stars or HBO. Like just
Yeah.
how it cuts up and stuff like that is perfect. Like how the characters are introduced. You got Lot and Sarah and everybody, how they're introduced, and then how Lot have to move to Sodom, and like it just I love the arc of Abraham's story, and like Abraham with the baby mama drama and it's so much there, bro. I love it, bro. Like I love it. It's been so far Abraham's story has been my favorite story to tell.
Yeah. Yeah. I had no idea he was like a soldier too. I had no
Yeah,
idea.
a lot of people don't know that. Like when he goes save Lot from those people, like a lot of people did not know that, and that's one of my favorite like individual stories. Like, cause like, oh, he got down to business, bro. Like, and went to go get him himself, and then told the king like, I don't want nothing from you, bro. Like,
Man.
I love
Yeah.
it, bro.
Yeah, because I don't think my uncle will come save me from anything like that. So he loved Lot, man.
Yeah,
Love Lot a lot, man.
yeah,
But yeah, I can't wait, man, because I know that the David and Goliath one gonna be fire. Because
oh yeah.
what is Goliath a Nephilim?
Yeah, well, Philistine, like, and he's probably, I'm sure he's was a descendant of them, but like you get in numbers, you start seeing descendants of the Nephilim as well. So
Mm-hmm.
it's it's good, bro. Like I love it. Like and I think that's the thing. It's more so Old Testament stories. A lot of people don't know a lot of Old Testament stories, and I'm like, the Old Testament got the latest stories. Like,
Yeah, oh yeah,
like,
for sure.
and like it was wild in the Old Testament. There was a lot of stuff going on, so I wanted to highlight that too. And because I've thought about like jumping back and forth, but I'm like, I think I like just going in chronological order right now in the same order of the Bible because it's actually just working out,
Mm-hmm.
and then like pretty much we've been moving like the way just doing these stories just show me how well written the Bible is actually written as well too, because like it's not a lot of chopping and pasting that I have to do as far as telling the story, because like the story is so well told. All I do is just use my imagination as to what these people look like, where was they at, what they was doing and stuff like that, and just make it all come together pretty much. But yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's dope. And I love how you talked about Nimrod because Nimrod was in Genesis, and they really don't like to bring him up,
Hmm.
but they say he was the first king, right?
Nimrod, um, I'm getting him mixed up with. Say I'm getting him mixed up with one of Lot's daughter's kids. Oh, Moab, the Moabites,
Mm-hmm.
and Ruth was a Moabite. Ruth was a Moabite. I haven't, I don't think I got to Nimrod yet.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because because they say he was, I guess he was the one that made everybody worship false gods,
Yeah,
but to me, I feel like he was really influential just with how he took over both territories,
yeah,
just with so-called Eastern Africa and half of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
It's just not easy to do. Like these are two different big, huge places,
Right.
but they try to, of course, whitewash him. But I
Yeah.
just think that it's just really important for all of us, as far as like the viewers and the masses to really know just how powerful that we are, and just
Yeah.
let them know that, you know, we come from greatness. We come from just people who are like truly like purified, and it's like this is our stomping grounds, and I do believe that it's being reset, and that we are taking it back, and it's going to be ours again.
Yeah.
And before you go, I wanted to ask you this. So, do you think that when they used to put like the end times, like the fear mongering tactics when they talk about the end times and stuff like that? But to me, I feel like the end times wasn't or isn't bad to me. I just feel like that it's truly good, because we would get, our lands back. We will be connected with God again.
Yeah.
So, what's your thoughts about that?
It just depends on what portion of the end times you're talking about, because you got the great tribulation and stuff like that. And in all honesty, this is like that stuff I haven't studied that stuff in years, since I was in my 20s. So I'm kind of rusty on that. I'll be honest. I'm kind of rusty, but I am looking forward to like getting into, the book of Revelation, and being able to visualize all of that stuff and make it come to life for people and stuff like that, because a lot of people is most definitely requesting that. But as far as the end times, I don't know, bro. Like all I could do is just keep my faith in Jesus, and because I know like and there's safety in him. That's all I could think of, bro. But as far as like I can't really say I have a comment on the end times for real right now. But
Okay.
I most definitely come back to you on that.
Oh, shoot, fair enough, man. But me, I just look at it as it's a chance to just enrich ourselves again, and just really just have a better beginning, to just because nothing lasts forever, and out with the old and with the new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I be feeling. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, we gonna end this, bro. It
Okay.
was great having you.
For sure. Thanks for having me, bro.
Ain't no problem, man. And like I said, I'm gonna make sure that I give you my contact info, man, and we can talk and just what I'm saying, collaborate some more.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just make sure that I put more people onto your channel and stuff, and I'm gonna let you know when I'm finished, so you can like share this too. But you have a good night, man, and take care.
You too, bro.
All right, man. Peace.
All right.